Alright, you good? You got yourself together?
What are we doing here? That's the thing.
Good question.
This is the first episode of a series of many episodes.
Hopefully.
We're calling this one, the Back Porch Talk?
Sure. My name is Evan.
I'm Matt.
And today we're going to do like this podcast style interview thing. We got on Instagram and posted on our stories, hey, we're doing this video thing. Ask us any questions that you would like answered in this video. Yeah, so let's get to it. All right. First one from Adam. You come into Iceland, right? This could have some. This could be related somehow. Okay, so this guy Adam and this guy Caleb, they found these really cheap tickets to Iceland from, I think it was like DC somewhere in Virginia. They saw it online. They're like, shoot, we should just make a trip to Iceland. And so like spontaneously they just grabbed some tickets. I think they were like $333 or something like that.
That's pretty good.
And yeah, so then they posted on Instagram. They're like, hey, we just bought tickets to Iceland, come through. And then Caleb messaged me. He was like, hey, come to Iceland. And it's, I guess they're going in January. I already have a bunch of plans in January, sadly. But I was thinking about it, and it got me thinking right now, just thinking about this story, like, how many times have you been, like, super spontaneous and, like, made, like, a film or, like, took photos?
Not one time.
You never been, like, super spontaneous and, like, went and shot footage and photos and stuff? I thought that this was going to be, like, a thing. I did not expect you to say no, because I've done it so many times.
There's specifically one time, it was just a random weekend, and I was like, I'm going to go to Fall Creek Falls, which is like a waterfall around where both of us go to school. And I was like, I'm going to go do it. I'm just going to go, and I'm not going to do it for anything specific. I'm just going to go shoot it and do it for myself. Yeah. And I think a lot of times that can be helpful, especially for like people that get burnout and stuff like that, where you're filming things over and over again, but you never really have the ability to shoot something just for yourself. I don't know, do something for yourself every once in a while. Film something that's fun to you, not only just things that are for work. It's a lot easier for someone that's a lifestyle filmmaker, you know?
Yeah.
That they're shooting things that are enjoyable to them. Somebody that does, like me, a lot of weddings and a lot of business work and a lot of professional client whatever stuff, I don't have the choice sometimes to go film a waterfall whenever I want, you know?
Yeah. I mean, even the work that I do when we're like going on hikes and we're filming ice cream shops and like welcome centers where there's like elk everywhere, it's still like kind of overwhelming and disheartening when like your passion is photography, videography, right? And you started doing it just for yourself. You started making content that you wanted to make originally, and then once you start working and then making content for other clients, you kind of get burnt out and you lose the passion. So I think it's so important to keep creating for yourself, because that's how you become better, and that's how you want progress, because you want to progress and you want to make your own content better.
Yeah, because the stuff you're doing, you're filming fun things. You're filming things that are fun. You get to do things that are fun. But there's something about that idea that you're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for a company and stuff like that. It just makes it
it's
so
like an
different.
obligation.
Exactly, it's just so different.
The answer to the question, am I going to Iceland? No, I'm not going to Iceland because I already had stuff planned. I really want to go to Iceland, though. Really bad. It's super cool that you guys are just spontaneously doing it, and I'm very jealous. Josh asks, why didn't you invite me? So we're in Gatlinburg right now.
Oh yeah, what are we doing this weekend?
Yeah, what are we doing this weekend? We're actually in Gatlinburg right now. I have a few video projects that I'm shooting for a client. So that's what we're doing. We're taking this little break time that we have in between shoots to shoot this little podcast thingy. So why didn't I invite you? Because I already had Matt going with me. You can come next time, though.
Way to throw me under the bus. It's all my fault that you didn't get to come. So you had a good question about somebody that asked you about how do you make clients? Who was that?
That was Josh. He asked me, how do you get clients?
Yeah.
And for me, it's a lot of word of mouth.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of word of mouth. It's like you do a bunch of stuff for free at first, and then like when you're first starting off, you do a bunch of stuff for free, a bunch of videos, take a bunch of photos, say no to nothing, say yes to everything.
Yeah.
Get as much experience as you can out there, and then so I mean,
how did you get started with like the travel agency and stuff like that, and doing the travel videos?
So, all right. So I'm sure even if you're not into photos or videos, you know who Sam Colder is. You know who Sam Colder is, right?
Make some pretty sweet videos on YouTube.
Yes, he is awesome. So like as soon as I started like videography, I was like shoot, I want to be like that guy, and I feel like we all want to be like him, like just like traveling the world and shooting content and stuff
and making money doing it.
And making money doing it.
You
yeah.
can't.
So I was like, all right. I was living in Miami at the time, and I was getting ready to go to college in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I got on my laptop and I emailed like a bunch of travel agencies. Like I was like, hey, I'm a videographer. I'm moving to the area. If you guys need any video content, just let me know. And then I sent them over like a video that I did when I shot in Israel, which is really cool. And I emailed about 20 of them, and then only one responded, and I've been working with them for like a year now. So,
do you know about how many videos you've made for them?
I've made probably around 40 videos for them so far.
Of just like restaurants and
we're just like
places to go and things to do in certain areas, right?
Exactly, yeah. So it's restaurants, it's like hikes, it's different attractions, museums. So they're all fun stuff, and this goes back to the point where you should constantly create videos and just content in general for yourself, because although all of these projects are fun to shoot, they can be very overwhelming and they can be very tiring, and you just don't want to do them sometimes. So that's why I think it's important to create for yourself, because it just gets you motivated again to start creating. And
back to the original question. So with me personally, when I first started, I did a lot of stuff for nothing when I was doing specifically like pictures and stuff like that. You just got to ask friends and learn your camera, learn settings, I watched YouTube tutorials, and I learned how to edit and everything like that, photo and video, just watching YouTube tutorials. And over time, I just asked people to do stuff for them. Over time, I started doing a little bit more. People started to ask me to do stuff. Then all of a sudden, people started offering money for me to do stuff, and it just turned into word of mouth, like you were saying. It just builds up on itself and everything like that. By all means, like you said, you emailed all these people and you asked them. A lot of the stuff, the big projects and stuff like that I've done for festivals and stuff like that, I just went up to them and I was like, hey, come let me shoot for this event and stuff like that. Or a lot of the Christian artists that I've shot for, it's just, hey, can I come out and shoot and give you some content for your social media and stuff like that. And my name got into that, and then started getting asked to do some stuff here and there. But it all just started from me having that endurance of asking over and over and over again.
You're gonna get, people are gonna say no. Like you're
absolutely.
gonna get no's over and over and over again. It takes 100 no's to get that one yes, but that one yes can be a big yes.
Yeah, that's one person gave me a chance. I got to give some credit to a guy named John McConnell, who's a singer for I Am They, a Christian music group, and he gave me a chance to just come out and shoot some stuff at a concert, and now I've shot for like 20 of like similar style concerts and that festival that we shot together and stuff like that. And once you get that one chance, like John gave me that chance to come out and shoot for them at that concert, and kind of being around all that was super cool, and then all of a sudden it turned into something so much more.
Yeah, another point that I wanted to touch on is, like, when I was just starting out in high school, all of my friends, and I played baseball at the time, my baseball coaches, they were like, oh, there's no money in photography and videography. And now it's like, yeah, that's bull crap.
It reminds me that there's the one video that Devin Supertramp made that said, like, when he was coming up and everything like that, his friends would go partying and stuff like that in school, and on the weekends they'd go partying. But it's like, I know you know this too. It's like on the weekends when I was like just learning my camera and stuff like that, on the weekends I'd spend all of my time just with a camera shooting as whatever I could and everything that I could, and every chance that I get, I try and shoot stuff. And yeah, maybe I'm not doing the stereotypical whatever thing in high school and college, but I mean, I think in my defense, I did something cooler. So,
where are we from?
Is that a question?
Yeah, that's a question. Where are we from? I was born in Ann Arbor, Michigan, at the University of Michigan, and I kind of grew up all around the U.S. I lived in Peru for a year. Now my family lives in Mexico. My dad's in the military, so we move around quite a bit. What about you?
Yeah, I was born in North Carolina, lived in Maryland for a bit, and lived in Tennessee pretty much all my life. Just north of Nashville, and now go to school in Chattanooga, and yeah. So I had somebody that asked me, what is the most challenging part of being a videographer? What is the most challenging part for you? I mean, we kind of talked about one idea in the sense that it's kind of hard sometimes to I don't know, keep being inspired because you can kind of sometimes lose the track of what you like filming and stuff like that. But what's something that you find hard, challenging, difficult?
Just keep on saying the same word over and over. What's the most challenging part? So, for me, recently, I don't think this is a challenging part about being a videographer, but mainly about my age. I'm 19, and I have to travel a lot to shoot these videos for like travel agencies and stuff. But at 19, it's very hard for me to book a hotel because you usually have to be like 21. So a lot of times I'm staying in like pretty dank hotels, but it's all good.
That does seem like it'd be pretty difficult because like the main thing that you do is travel and you stay all these places, and if you're not old enough to stay somewhere, sleep in your car.
The last weekend I was here, I slept in my car, which was, I mean, honestly, it's pretty comfortable. Sometimes you don't want to create, and sometimes when you have to create for like another client, you don't want to because you're just so unmotivated. And I think it comes down to two things: one, creating for yourself once again, and two, having other hobbies and passions, so you remain like well-rounded. So like every time I feel like unmotivated or I just don't want to shoot or anything, I go and play guitar or something, or I go and play sports, and I mean that just keeps you well-rounded as a human being, and also helps you remain creative while you're constantly creating. Is that you? I
would say one of the most difficult things for me is just being creative. So it's in general, because it's like it's one of those things when you do things over and over and over again. You get what I mean with this, like with your restaurants and stuff like that, and all the places you go. I mean, if you film 10 restaurants in the exact same way with the exact same shots, that's difficult. Like to come up with the unique things every time. When I go into a wedding and it's the 10th wedding I've done, it's so difficult to be like, well, I can do this shot. Well, I've done that shot 5 times for 5 other people that are on social media and stuff like that. The hardest thing sometimes to me is just staying creative, and coming up with those unique shots that are gonna, I don't know, wow people. You know what I mean?
A lot of times the location helps because the locations are different, but if it's like a wedding or like a restaurant, it's still like the same concept, and you just have to find ways to make each one different, and that can be hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Someone asked, what has been our favorite video project to do? I'll let Matt go first on this one.
I think both of ours are the same.
100%.
Okay, yeah. It's like, so I got the opportunity to film for J-Fest, which is a really big music festival down in Chattanooga. It had 6 or 8 or so, 6 artists, and it was just a music festival in Chattanooga. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it myself, so obviously the first person I called was Evan. It seemed like you had a pretty good time there too.
Yeah, so pretty much what happened was, since it's a music festival, it's like an all-day thing. It started around 12, that's when the first artist came, and the headliner, Lecrae, when did he start, like 8?
Like 8, yeah, it was like sundown, and then
Yeah, and I think we stayed there until like probably like 12.
Yeah, it was
editing,
like 12:30.
editing all the footage and stuff. But my favorite artist to shoot was Lecrae. And honestly, like the whole festival, like just music in general, I love filming artists, and just the whole atmosphere is electric, and everyone's there to have a good time. Yeah, it was just I just had a blast. At first, like when I started filming, I was kind of like paranoid. I was kind of like,
yeah, that was we got there, and I'd filmed this festival once the year before, and I did it by myself.
yeah, this was my first like concert type shoot.
Yeah, so I brought Evan. The first time I went to that festival and was hanging out with a small group called the Young Escape. The festival saw what I did for them. I came back this year to then we did all of the video for the social media. So we did everything that you see on their Instagram page and stuff like that. But specifically, we got up there for the first time, and I was like, I'll grab some stuff from like in front of the stage. I was like, you jump up there on the stage, and I got that look of like, like really?
Like what?
Wait, like get on the stage? And I'm like, dude, just walk, like get all over it, film however you need to get stuff, like just go get the shots. And it was like, yeah, it was like you could kind of see yourself kind of to the side getting shots and stuff like that. By the time we got to the end, six artists later with Lecrae, I mean, every picture, every video you see now after the fact of Lecrae on the stage and stuff like that, you see Evan in the background, and he's like he's like jumping in with Lecrae and like getting him to get in the camera and like just in his face to film like some really cool shots.
Yeah,
the video came out awesome.
Yeah,
so it was well worth it.
It was really funny. Yeah, I was on the stage. I was up with him. I was kind of getting in his face and stuff. But when I edited the video, it was a dope video. It was like one of my favorite videos. But up until now, I didn't know this.
Yeah, last week I told you.
Yeah, last week he told me, and this festival was in May, and it's September. The music that I used, I thought it was Lecrae's song. Whose song was it?
So it's an Andy Mineo song, and it's featuring Lecrae. So it's Andy Mineo throughout the whole song, and then part of the song, later in the song, Lecrae comes in and raps during that song. But it's like later in the song, and you use the beginning of the song, which is a cool song and everything.
But it's not the artist.
But it's not Lecrae.
It's not like what the video's about. And I mean, I know why Lecrae probably didn't like repost it or anyone else.
A lot of the artists, so during the day we're making video that is made during the day and it's edited during the day. So like we would film it, and then like, so for the first half of their set we would film, and then during the second half of their set and the breaks in between them we'd go edit. So by the time that they got off the stage, on social media you would see this recap video of that artist performing, and it'd be up right when they get off stage. A lot of the artists would then share it, repost it, and stuff like that. It's free content for them. Mm-hmm. So with Lecrae, we were like, yeah, this is an awesome video, because it is. Lecrae will probably post it.
Yeah, he'll definitely repost it. This video is dope. And then like
3 months later now that I tell Evan that he made a Lecrae video and didn't use Lecrae's song.
Yeah, well the thing is, no one told me after I made it, so I don't think it was my fault. I was just...
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That was great.
Anyways.
One of my favorite moments of that festival, talking about our favorite thing that we've ever filmed, you were up there with Lecrae on that one. One of the things that I did was a shot when...
Matthew West, right?
Yeah, I was up on the stage, and all of a sudden Evan turns to me and... Because Matthew West had jumped off the stage and was over in the crowd, so like their system was kind of tough to get to the stage. So I like ran around, and the way to get back over to the front, and then he was in this like center aisle section with people, and I got to get basically up with him too, like in his face and filming, and he was kind of like singing at people, and then turned at me while I pulled back and was like in the camera and stuff like that. So it was really cool. What we'll try and do too, our goal was to have a behind the scenes video of J-Fest.
Yeah.
I'll take the blame on this one that it hasn't been posted yet. Got super busy, no excuses. I didn't get super busy. I haven't finished editing it yet. So once that's done, we'll try and post that as soon as possible to see behind the scenes of probably both of our favorite shoots that we've ever done. So
Yeah, I mean that J-Fest shoot was definitely one for the books. All right, well, I think that's all the time we have for today.
you want to be a little bit more excited about that?
This is podcasts are fun, dude.
Maybe we'll just do a thing where every podcast we do is somewhere different.
Maybe.
Oh, right
I don't
now
know. We'll see.
we're out in a cabin in Gatlinburg with a stream behind us. So if you can hear that, about a mile from, we're not even a mile. We're like literally
Walking distance.
5-minute walk from downtown.
All right, well, I hope you guys like this video. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed answering your very minimal questions.
Yep. Hopefully we can get some more questions or something or topics to
Yeah.
talk about next time.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys.